Well, the All-Star break has come to a close, and I definitely needed the break from watching this Blue Jays team, and today they pretty much reiterated that to me. They lose 5-4 to the Detroit Tigers in Game 1 back after the All-Star week. And let's recap All-Star week real quick. Teoscar Hernandez won the Derby because, of course, he did. Of course. And the entire time, they're like, oh, him and Vladdy, great buddies in the Jays. And we're like, yep, twist the knife even more, why don't you? You guys can see this. It's sweat. I just played ball tonight, and I am leaking. It is hot in this bucket. Anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, twist the knife more. Thanks. Like we need it, right? Like we really do. The way this season has gone, the way that trade went, everything. They went to the World Series, Dalton Varsho and all that stuff, and Gurriel, and everything has gone bad. Everything has gone bad. So they twist the knife a little bit more. Great. Fantastic. AL wins the All-Star game. Who cares? Jays draft Trey Savage in the first round of the MLB draft. They say he was a steal of a draft pick, and I'm like, oh, that's great. Fine. So was Austin Martin when we drafted him. So I'll believe it when I see it. I want to see him more, but overall, a lot of pitchers were taken in the draft. So take that for what it is. And now to the Blue Jays themselves, because they lose 5-4 today to the Detroit Tigers and start off the informal second half of the season with a loss. And it's unfortunate because Chris Bassett got the start, and we got the report earlier today that the Blue Jays may be willing to move on from some guys that have some term to them, right? And so Chris Bassett, one of them, maybe a Kevin Gausman, probably not a Jose Barrios because of the length of that deal, but a guy like Chris Bassett for sure. And he was on the hill today, and he threw 3 clean shutout innings to start. And you're thinking, okay, here we go. Good stuff. Top of the 4th inning, Riley Green hits an RBI single, scoring Matt Vierling, making it 1-0. And then Mark Canha hits a 2-run shot, scoring Matt Vierling. It is now 3-0 Tigers, just like that in the top of the 4th. Not great for trade value. Not great if you want to win. It ain't good. Bottom of the 6th inning, though, with Spencer Horwitz on base, because of course he is. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., man, he got some hanging slider, cutter thing that didn't do much into the middle of the plate. And when I say he absolutely hammered this ball, boy, did he absolutely hammer this thing to left field. I believe it went off like the facing of the second deck. Absolutely sloshed by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And a 2-run bomb, his 15th home run of the season. Good to see that power stroke come back. It did go away a bit kind of after that Garrett Cole hit by pitch, a couple weeks before the All-Star break. And his second at-bat today, he goes deep and absolutely pulverizes a baseball. So you'll love to see. I'm trying to get rid of this, right? It's annoying me now. Anyways. And then just like that, top of the 7th inning, the next half inning. If you've watched my videos, even through the good years, you'll know that I talked about whenever you score runs, you need to put up a 0 in the next half. Because it's so important. Because if you're an offensive player and you hit a 2-run shot, it's a 1-run ball game. You're right back in it. And your pitcher goes out there, throws up a clean 0. Regardless of how many runners get on base, you throw up a clean 0. You're fired up. Let's get right back on the offense because we're feeling good. That didn't happen because in the top half of the 7th inning, Wencel Perez, it's a 2-run shot scoring former Blue Jay Gio Urshela. It is now a 5-2 lead for the Detroit Tigers. It's no good. Yeah, it's not great. But in the bottom half of the 8th inning, right, things get a little interesting with Kevin Kiermaier on base, George Springer at the plate, and he gets like an 89-mile like cutter or something. It didn't do much as well. I mean, he kind of floated to the middle in, and Springer hammered this thing to left field. The question was, did it stay fair? And it did. It's a 2-run shot for George Springer. The power stroke continues for George. He has been awesome over the last, are we getting close to a month now? Of George Springer having some power to him. His 11th home run of the season, scoring Kevin Kiermaier, making it a 5-4 game. They get another base runner on. And I think it was Spencer Horwitz gets on. And then they pinch run for Stuart Baroa. And then Stuart Baroa steals second base. I think you have the guy at second with 1 out. You can't drive him in. You go 1, 2, 3 in the 9th inning. It's curtains. That's it. Yeah, that's the Blue Jays in a nutshell. You come close, you lose. It is what it is. And you lose 5-4 to the Tigers in Game 1 of the series, dropping your record to 44-53 on the season. All right, let's get to these offensive stats. There ain't much pretty stuff here. Let's be honest here. 7 hits total for the Blue Jays. I mean, Vladdy, 1 for 4 with a bomb. Sure. George Springer, 1 for 4 with a bomb. Sure. Yeah, Horwitz from 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored, so got on base twice. And that's what you want to see from one of your best hitters. Getting on base a ton, got on base twice. Good on him for that. Scored once as well. That's about it. Bo Bichette, 1 for 3. Also left the game with a leg, was it a calf strain injury? Lovely. And the story about Bo Bichette basically not wanting to play here anymore and being checked out, it continues. Literally his first game back is 3 ABs, and he's gone again. Like, I don't know, man. It's a painful look. It really is. Yeah, that's about it. All I got to talk about. I mean, it's pretty bad offensively. Everything was 1 for this, 1 for that, 0 for this, 0 for that. Ernie Clement and Alejandro Kirk combined 0 for 8 with 2 strikeouts in the 7-8 hole. Not good. 7 hits for the Blue Jays. They struck out 9 times. They only walked once in the ball game. And as I mentioned, Chris Bassett got the start and wasn't all that good. 6 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, all were earned. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and gave up 2 bombs. So it's going to hit him a little bit trade value-wise. Maybe. I don't know what it means. Like, really, how much do these starts mean for a guy like Chris Bassett? Teams know what this guy is. So one rough start is going to be like, oh, we're going to give you top 15 prospect, but that bad start is going to be a top 25. Like, I don't know how real this is, right? But regardless, you want to see him pitch well if he's on the trade block. That's pretty common sense. So it's a tough one. There's going to be lots of scouts there today because Jack Flaherty was on the other side for the Tigers. So it is what it is. Hennessy Cabrera continues to dominate out of the bullpen as your lefty. With Tim Mayza DFA'd and a free agent. Well, I guess he's now up at the Yankees, or is he still there? I don't know. And Brendan Little, you're really not all that confident with him out there in certain situations. Hennessy Cabrera's been awesome recently. Cleaning your work today, couple strikeouts. When was the last time he allowed an earned run? Let me try and find that real quick for you guys. June 22nd against the Cleveland Guardians. So it's been like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 consecutive scoreless outings for Hennessy Cabrera. So he's been great recently. Ryan Bird went out there, faced one guy, struck him out. So good on him for that. And Chad Green, possible trade asset as well. He went a clean inning of work in his 1 inning. That's all I got for you. All right, tomorrow's game is game 2 of this series. And it's a big one for Jays fans. Yusei Kikuchi gets the start. And again, like I mentioned about Chris Bassett, not sure how much one start does. But for a guy like Yusei Kikuchi, you want to see him do well. They lined him up this way because he was supposed to start this series tonight, but they pushed him back to tomorrow so that he can get 2 outings before the trade deadline. And so there's going to be lots of scouts there tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. A 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Yusei Kikuchi and Reese Olson is the matchup there in game 2 of this 3-game set. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game, because I enjoyed the 2 home runs by the Blue Jays. But that's about it. Hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. Follow there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition tomorrow. 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Reese Olson, Yusei Kikuchi is the pitching matchup there. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the 2 home runs by the Blue Jays today, because what else did you like? We'll talk to you guys then.